Everyone, and thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining us this morning. I want to welcome everybody. My name is Kurt Dow. I am the Vice President of Sales for AVP Technology. We're excited today to have Brian Conway with 3CX, as well as Tyler Dellin and Sean Garrity with Patton. Some of you may or may not know AVP. We are a specialty distributor based in Dallas for best-of-breed IP telephony and technology products. We focus in three main areas: IP communications and telephony, so PBXs, phones, etc., IP surveillance and video, as well as IP infrastructure and security. We also focus and specialize in turnkey solutions and have the technical staff to support what we sell. Again, today, in keeping with the theme of solutions, we're excited to be a partner of 3CX as well as Patton. I think what you'll see today is good information, and we have also at the end, you won't want to miss, we have an exciting promotion for those of you here today on the webinar. Just one piece of housekeeping. Because we have so many on the phone, if you have questions, we want to field those. Please type your questions into the question pane. We will do our best, depending upon time, to answer all of the questions that we can. Whatever we don't get to, we will absolutely answer and send to you in an email. So again, without further ado, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and I am going to pass it over to Brian Conway with 3CX in Atlanta. Go ahead, Brian.
All right, thank you, Kurt, and welcome to everyone that's able to spend a few minutes with us this morning. And I was just thinking when Kurt was talking about 3CX a little bit, I was the very first 3CXer, if you will, in North America. And I just can't believe how fast the time's gone by. It's been a little over 4 years for me. And our first license sale in the U.S. market was May of '07, so a little over 5 years. So it's been just a fun ride for me. I've gotten to know many of our partners through the years. Obviously, there's many that I don't know. And we also have in the Atlanta office another channel manager by the name of Ben Conway. So hopefully you've been talking with Ben, or you're talking with me, or you're talking with our new distributor, AVP Tech. It would be remiss for me not to mention that. We were very, very excited to add another distributor partner to the 3CX fold here in North America. 888 VoIP has been a 3CX distributor for a little over 4 years. And we were looking for another very, very good distribution partner, and so we started some discussions with AVP Tech, and I was very, very excited to see them come around to wanting to sell 3CX and become a 3CX distribution partner. So about a month ago, we officially announced AVP Tech in Dallas, Texas, as a 3CX distributor. Now, they will help our partners in North America, but also Latin America. We've been struggling a little bit in Latin America, so we're obviously excited about AVP's strength and expertise for Latin America to help us down there as well. So I just want to say thanks to Kurt, his whole team, and obviously Robert Messer and the folks at AVP Tech for joining 3CX. It's been a fun ride, as I mentioned. We're continuing to grow at a real rapid pace. I just let my boss know, Nick Gallier, this morning. I said, Nick, we've matched 2011 sales here already in September. And actually, I'm a little disappointed in that. I thought we would have matched it maybe in July or August, but here it is September. And we have matched 2011 sales for 2012. And the reason why I say that is because I thought with version 11 that we would have a huge explosion. I will tell you that version 11 has been overwhelmingly positive. We've had nothing but good responses from the partner community. We've had some very good references from customers that have installed 3CX version 11. typically what I hear, even from our competitors, is that we have a very rich featured IP PBX, and that no one can really match our price points. So we're just, you know, we thought September would be a blowout month, and hopefully it'll be, it's going to be happening here probably in Q4. But again, our growth is very good, and we've had some excellent partners along the way to help us. And we obviously have Patton Electronics on the phone here with us today. And Patton is as you know, many of you know, if you install a Patton Gateway, it's one of those like the old Nortel Norstar systems. You install a Patton Gateway and you never have to think about it again. They're very easy to install, and obviously just a terrific company, great customer service, and a very technological savvy product. And we'll talk more about the Patton Gateways as we go on. But we're going to talk about, if you take a look at the agenda on your screen, we're going to talk just briefly about the 3CX phone system overview. And can we get the next one, please? One of the things that we feel that we've really finally have made some traction in the industry, and it may be because of Microsoft's link marketing efforts, but there's so many advantages of having a software-based IP PBX. Many of you know when I talk to you, I'll get a phone call from a prospective customer, and they will call me and they will ask, well, what's your, you know, there's got to be more to your price than what's on the website. And no, it is what it is on the website. You get a full-featured IP PBX that runs on Windows, and we're strictly a software-based PBX. What that means, obviously, is expense control, management, return on investment, all those things. But it also means that we can add features and functionality and capabilities in a very timely fashion. We announced version 11, and then a couple weeks ago, or I should say last week, we announced our Service Pack 1 upgrade already to version 11. And you'll see some new things coming again in Service Pack 2. You'll see some more features and capabilities coming in Service Pack 3. And I'm not sure how many Service Pack upgrades we will have on version 11. In version 10, we had 6. And so I don't think we'll get to 6, but then we'll get to whatever number that is, and then, of course, we'll begin working on version 12 next year. It looks like now our life cycle for a new version is approximately every 10 months or so. So, again, we're strictly a software-based PBX that runs on a Windows platform. And what you see in this particular slide, obviously, is the 3CX installed on a Windows machine. It can be installed in the cloud. It can be installed on-premise. It could be installed at a colo, any data center, anywhere that you want to run 3CX software. And then, of course, you connect to the PSTN with an excellent gateway manufacturer like Patton Electronics. Can we have the next one, please? Obviously, with 3CX, now that we're in version 11, we came to the market in version 3. And so we feel we've been time-tested. And I think our growth record will testify that. We do run on Windows, as you know. We recommend any small license key, a Windows, a Mini, which is the 4 simultaneous call, the Small Business, which is 8, and the Pro 16 simultaneous call license key. You can effectively run that on a Windows 7 professional machine with 2 or 4 gig of memory. What I like to tell our partners is that anytime you get into an Enterprise 32 license key or above, you put that on a server-grade OS, Server 2008 R2. And, of course, we have several partners that have been running on Server 2012. Obviously, when 2012 is officially tested and supported, we will make that announcement that we will be supporting Windows Server 2012. With that said, I see a lot of the keys that are being sold and installed today are running on virtual machines. I do get asked that quite frequently. I would say maybe 1 out of every 5 license keys is installed on a virtual machine. We support VMware and hypervisor. I think what many of you will see if you haven't been testing 2012 server, you'll see that hypervisor has been, in my opinion, greatly enhanced, radically improved. And I really fully expect to see quite a few installs when Server 2012 is announced on Hyper-V. But again, we are completely software-based. Obviously, that saves costs and increases productivity. We had something on CRN, emerging vendors. We won another one of their awards here recently, and again, you can see that on the 3CX website. Tyler, next one, please. Our claim to fame, obviously, besides our price points, is that 3CX is easy to install, it's easy to administer, and obviously easy phone management. Many of you know that our user interface is written in .NET, so we want to look like another Microsoft application. Again, we want to parallel Microsoft applications. It's real important for us to make that distinction because we want to tell our administrators that, hey, if you like Windows, you're going to like our software. It's the same. You don't have to worry about getting any kind of Linux, any type of Linux command line, anything like that. If you're familiar with Windows, our software looks like any other Windows application. Very easy to administer, very easy to add extensions, delete extensions, add new employees, you know, and delete employees, that type of thing. Also for phone management, you'll see on the 3CX blog, we've been really trying to help our partners troubleshoot remote extensions. And so please look at the 3CX blog. If you haven't subscribed to the 3CX blog and you are an existing partner, please do. That's where we put a lot of our new announcements, and you'll see that we've done quite a bit with the system logging. We really want to make it easier for our partners to install remote extensions and troubleshoot remote extensions. Okay, next one, please. Obviously, our software, when you buy an 8, it's the same feature set whether or not you buy the 1024. It's the same feature set across license keys. We feel that our software truly does provide you an enterprise IP PBX. One of the nice things in our software is this, that if you do install 3CX at multiple locations, whether or not around the country or around the world, there's no cost to bridge or to network 3CX servers. We're seeing more and more of our customers now that are installing 3CX servers everywhere, you know, anywhere, and they are bridging them together. And obviously with the My Phone, we now have chat and presence across the bridge. So like for instance, we have an Atlanta PBX. It's a 3CX Atlanta PBX. We are tied to or bridged to our Malta PBX and also our corporate office in Cyprus. So on my Phone tab, I have 3 PBXs. If I want to click on Kevin's support group in Malta to see who's on the phone, who's not, who's logged into the queue, and who's not, I can just click on my Malta tab, and I have presence and chat across the bridge, all for free. Employee mobility, obviously many of you already are running our softphone client on Android and iPhone. I hope to get one of the new iPhone 5s, by the way, and hope to see how that runs. But we have our 3CX Phone 6 that's been running on Windows for several years now, and many of you are using it. It has video conferencing, BLF capability. It's just a very, very popular softphone. And obviously we've ported that over to the Android phone, the smartphone, and also to the iPhone. And keep in mind, when you go to our website, please check out our 3CX Mobile Device Manager. For those who have not had a chance to see that, please do. It's in beta. We'll be announcing that sometime early, hopefully next year. But we feel it's going to be another assist for 3CX in managing smartphones, tablets, and what have you. But again, we see the direction. Folks that are on the run, they want to be able to have their 3CX phone client running on that smartphone or tablet. Obviously, we provided CRM integration. We've talked a little bit about unified communications with the 3CX My Phone. And obviously, we have call center functionality built inside our software for an extra cost. Next one, please. One thing on our software, as many of you already know, we stress that there's no licensing or no limit for extensions. So you can add as many extensions to the 3CX phone system as you want to or need to. There's no limit, there's no licensing, and the same thing with trunks. What we do is our model pricing is by simultaneous calls. And I do get a gotcha on a new partner specifically. Many of our new partners are not familiar enough with our software yet to know that we do count internal calls. So if extension 101 calls extension 102, that counts as one simultaneous call. So again, we don't license for extensions or trunks. We license for simultaneous calls. We start with 4, we go to 8, 16, all the way up to 1,024 simultaneous call license key. And our number one selling license key, as many of you already know, is the 8 simultaneous call for small business edition. It typically will support a small business anywhere between 10 and 20 extensions. I would like to talk for a moment on the partner program. I would assume many of you are already partners. Please make sure you're activating your NFR key. Obviously, if you've been a partner for a while, you realize that we ask for a minimum requirement of one partner sale, or excuse me, one license sale every 6 months. So to remain in good standing or to remain as an active 3CX partner, we ask for a one license sale every 6 months. Now, obviously, with the economy being what it is, we don't enforce that. I'll have many partners that will sign up to the 3CX partner program and not sell anything in their first 6 months. Well, keep in mind your NFR key. That is a free, not for resale license key that we give to every partner that signs up. That is gauged on upgrade insurance. So if you're running version 10 and you see the upgrade insurance has expired and you're unable to upgrade to version 11, please call us. But again, the license sales are tied to your NFR license key and that upgrade insurance. And as you all know, there's no cost to sign up for the 3CX partner program. It's free. We typically, most of our partners are IT integrators, MSPs, Microsoft partners, etc. There's no cost to join. We provide a free license key. We provide free technical support. And in turn, we ask that our partners will install our software, activate their NFR key, start testing and evaluating and demoing our software, and get that first license key sold. I will tell you that once you sell your first key, it'll be off to the races. We also provide free training events, and one of the things with both Patton and AVP on the phone with us this morning is we're planning another round of partner meetings, of 3CX partner meetings. It looks like right now we'll be at the Patton Electronics facilities in November after election. November 8th and 9th, we're planning a 2-day partner meeting at Patton Electronics on a Thursday, Friday. Basic training 1 day, advanced training 2nd day. And this is our first time that we've ever basically left the Microsoft facility and gone to one of our partners. So we'll be up at Patton in November, and then we're going to plan to be down near AVP Tech in Dallas, Texas the following week on a Monday, Tuesday. At this point, I think it's going to be probably Kevin Attard Campagno coming over from Malta to conduct the technical training. I'm even trying to get Nicky Borg to come over. He's our software development manager in Cyprus. Some of you might see his posts on the forums, and I'm trying to talk Nicky Borg into coming over and experiencing one of our partner meetings as well. But we do provide free partner training, and our events are always free. And also access your partner portal as soon as you can if you haven't already. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, now we're going to talk about the VoIP Gateways, and at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Tyler from Patton Electronics. But again, feel free to please ask any questions that you have. We'll be able to try to get to them at the end of the webinar, or feel free to email me at brian@3cx or ben@3cx.com anytime. And thank you so much for your time and attention.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian, and thanks, everybody, for joining us. My name's Tyler DeLynn. I'm one of the product line managers for our Smartnode product line. So for those installing 3CX phone system into existing office setups or a brand new office space, sometimes an all-IP setup may not be the best approach or even feasible for some of your customers. So some may not be ready to do away with their trusted POTS lines, and others it may just be the existing phone equipment they have on site that they're not ready to throw away, and they want to realize their investment in it. So for these cases, you're going to need a 3CX and Patton solution. We partner together to provide a gateway to 3CX phone system for your POTS lines and for your analog phone equipment. So if you're not familiar, a VoIP gateway just integrates IP and TDM communication. So it connects the old world of telephony to the new world of telephony. What we're doing in most cases worldwide, we're going to connect a legacy PBX to SIP trunks. I would say 60 to 70% of our applications worldwide. But then we're doing the opposite, where we're taking an IP PBX and connecting it to POTS lines. And that's what we're doing mostly with 3CX. So again, it's just connecting old world IP or old world TDM to IP, and you can do a lot of different applications with that kind of functionality. Our gateways in terms of small, medium business, we have analog, ISDN DRI, and PRI telephony interfaces on our boxes. For you guys, we're just going to talk about analog and PRI. We have a wide product line. Now, if you look into 3CX stuff, you're mostly going to see maybe 6 or 7 of our SKUs. We really have thousands, so if you have a particular setup that you need, you can pretty much cover it. We have 1 to 32 FXS or FXO in combinations on some of our boxes, and we have 1 to 4 PRIs for our small business line. These span from 120 VoIP or fax call capacity. And one more thing to mention about our gateways, they all have gateway functionality, so they're IP to TDM, old world to new world. But all of our boxes have the ability to upgrade and to install basically an IP router on their box or WAN interfaces, whether you need ADSL, fiber. And each of our boxes also comes with transcoding functionality if you want to add that license. So that's if you have G729 coming into the office as a codec, and then you're running G711 in the office. The gateway will be able to do the transcoding functionality for you. And each of our gateways supports SIP, H323, ISDN and POTS calling, and T38 fax. So why Smartnode? The top thing for everybody on the call and just the 3CX world is just our seamless integration with 3CX. We've been partnering for a while. We work really, really well together. And it's just going to be the seamless integration, the fact that they have auto-provisioning tool for our gateways, and just that it's going to work. The next two, patent quality and reliability and the customer support, 9 times out of 10, if you ask our customers, why Patton, why Smartnode, they're going to come back and tell you it's the quality of our product, the reliability of our products, the fact that you install this thing and you can forget about it. It's going to work. You don't have to worry about it. And then it's the customer support. I would even say this is probably the #1 thing. With our guys, they're available. If you call, they will actually pick up and you will talk to them. On top of that, they go above and beyond really what they're paid to do. These guys will get into stuff that usually we should charge a premium for, like configuring your box for you. But also the biggest thing with the support is not only the quality of the support you're going to get, but the fact that it's actually free. All of our support is going to be completely free unless you want your 24/7 basically VIP support. We have proven interoperability with soft switches, IPPBXs, SIP trunks around the world, especially with 3CX. And these are basically business class gateways. They're not a residential gateway, so you can expect robust enterprise features and functionality. And the last thing is these products are Swiss engineered and made in the USA. All our software is done over in Bern. So we're doing all of our bug fixes and software development. And then all of our products are made right here in the USA. So we manufacture right where I am in Washington, D.C. So we can boast Swiss precision and the quality that actually comes with being made in the USA. So for these solutions, what you're going to have to worry about or the equipment you're going to have to purchase, basically you're going to have to buy a 3CX phone system license, and you have to pick your simultaneous calls. You're going to want a Smartnode gateway if you're going to need to integrate legacy equipment, whether it's POTS lines or analog phones or a PBX. And then you're going to purchase SIP phones, and all of these can come from AVP Tech, and they will have the Grand Stream phones that they'll be featuring with the CX. So Smartnode and CX solutions, as Brian has already said, the software-based IPPX, it's going to save a lot of cost, and it's increased productivity with all the building and kind of the unified communication that come with it. And if you add a gateway onto this, it can allow you to save more costs. and increase productivity. So you'll be able to save costs in that. You can integrate existing legacy phones and PBX. And you're also going to increase productivity because maybe you have SIP trunks, but you want to set up your office for survivability, so you want 4 or 2 POTS fallback lines. So you're going to allow business continuity. Quick and easy to install. As we mentioned, the software-based PBX is really easy to install. That's the main benefit. But also with the gateways, it's going to be really, really easy to install as they have the auto provision tool with all the preferred gateways with the loaded configurations that you can just in 5 steps or so have it installed and ready to go on your network. And then it's going to be the support. As Brian mentioned, great support teams on both ends. Both are free. And you're going to receive the support you need, especially if you're new to 3CX and if you're new to Patton. This is going to be really, really helpful for you. And proven interoperability, and we've been working together for years. This works. It's deployed worldwide. These solutions together, Patton and 3CX, have been deployed worldwide, and they're going to work for you. So just to help you identify opportunities, now a lot of you guys, you're going to go out and you're going to get the 3CX phone system. You're going to install it with SIP trunks. But today we just wanted to talk about identifying opportunities that you're going to be running into where you're going to need to integrate legacy telephony equipment or POTS lines. So the most common thing we're seeing in this space in particular is going to be PSTN integration. That's going to be where you're going to want to connect back to the PSTN and not necessarily SIP trunks. Then we're also going to talk a little bit about SIP trunking with survivability, so having a couple fallback lines. We'll talk about connecting legacy equipment where we're connecting analog phones or a PBX or overhead paging systems or whatever you have currently in the office where the customer's just not ready to throw them away. And then also remote office integration. So maybe you have a remote office with a bunch of phones and you're looking to connect it to your 3CX phone system. So first and most common, PSTN integration. This is pretty much I don't know the percentage, maybe 80% of what you're going to run into. This is our most common solution together. So basically, when you run into businesses, they may have concerns with trusting their VoIP service provider, or even just the data connectivity necessary for VoIP calling. It's new to them. They've heard horror stories here or there. So for those businesses, you can actually offer a Patton Smartnode gateway where you can provide the benefits of 3CX phone system and your IP phones on site and what you're going to get from that, while also allowing the customer to continue using their trusted POTS lines and their existing telephony service provider. So again, this is what you're going to see in most cases. Most common, you're going to use like a 4114 or a 4112, and here it's a 4114. That's 4 FXO lines for just 4 lines going out POTS. So that's going to be most common. Also, basically building off that, many of these guys, maybe if they do move to a VoIP service provider, they still may want to use a couple fallback lines. So what if their internet telephony service provider goes down? What are they going to do? Well, we offer a gateway with PSTN fallback. So in this case, the service provider goes down or their data connectivity goes down, they can now fall back to the PSTN. Maybe they have 1 or 2 lines so that their business can continue to use their phones. And if I'm painting a picture that ITSPs aren't trustworthy or if they don't work, I'm not trying to do that at all, but the reality is with voice over IP, we all know it does go down sometimes. And then even with your customers, maybe it does work well, but to them it's a new thing, and maybe they want to stick with POTS for the time being. So this is just going to enable you to serve them better and set your office up with survivability if you need it. So connecting legacy equipment, this is something that we're seeing more and more common. So for many other businesses, they may have existing legacy phone equipment installed, and they're just not ready to throw it away. So whether it's phones or fax or a PBX, a Smartnode gateway can allow you to realize your investment and connect this existing equipment to your 3CX phone system. This way you don't have to buy all new IP endpoints, and your customers can migrate at their own pace as they see fit. So the last application, kind of along the same lines here, maybe you set up a headquarters, it's all IP, and you have 3CX installed, but maybe you have a remote office with maybe 20 phones there, and you have no connection to 3CX. Well, you can install a Smartnode gateway to integrate with your 3CX phone system. So it can take those analog phones off-site and connect it back to your 3CX phone system and work perfectly. So 3CX Smartnode auto provisioning. Gateways, if you're not familiar with them, they're incredibly valuable products, especially as the world's transitioning. We're going from the old world to the new world, and a lot of people are stuck in between. So they're incredibly valuable products, and you'll find them very, very useful for your portfolios. But the one downside, if there is one, it can be pretty hard to configure if you're not familiar with them. If you're familiar with them, you're going to love it. You can make it do unbelievable things. You're just going to be blown away with the functionality and what you can customize. But if you're not familiar with them, they can be hard to configure. But what we love about 3CX and what we love about what we can bring to the table with 3CX is that they have all the basic configurations for all the preferred gateways built into 3CX. So it's really, really simple. And not only that, on their web page, you can access step-by-step guides on how to configure each of these gateways on the 3CX page. So you just go to 3cx.com. I think they have a tab, Preferred Hardware. Click into there. You click one of the gateways. It's going to take you step by step into how to configure the gateway. One thing I do want to go into here, all the preferred gateways are pretty much in there for the PSTN integration, as we see that's the most common. But we're seeing more and more commonly a lot of legacy phone integration, so using FXS ports, especially with hotel applications and others. Now, the configuration tool doesn't have that built in yet. We're working on getting that installed. But for now, just if you do have that sort of application where you're trying to connect legacy telephony, call Patton, call one of our support guys, and although it's not in the tool and you don't know how to install it, they're going to walk you through step-by-step how to get your gateway set up with your phones. So how to buy or sell. Really simple here, and I'll actually ask Brian to jump in here. First step is you just going to pick out your 3CX phone system based on simultaneous calls. So here's all your different options, as Brian said, and I'll let you jump in here. 8 simultaneous calls is kind of the sweet spot, but what else, Brian?
Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, these prices that you see are without call center module. Just keep that in mind. We have license keys with call center module. So what you're looking at now are the license keys without call center module. I will say the second largest seller has been the Enterprise 32. We've had a huge uptick on Enterprise 32 license keys. We've had a good showing of 64s, and some of you may know that our largest installation so far in the United States has been the Star Tribune up in Minneapolis, Paul. We replaced the VIA Legacy PBX, a couple of the cabinets have fried, and replaced it with a 256 simultaneous call license key from 3CX, supporting a little over 1,000 extensions. And so that's running on a Server 2008 R2. But again, the Small Business Edition is our sweet spot. It's the #1 selling license key for $795. And one more thing I would like to add. When Tyler was covering it, over the last couple months, I've seen a kind of I don't want to say it's a change in the marketplace, but I've had several partners call me that with pricing from POTS lines. The vendors out there have gotten really competitive on pricing up their POTS line circuits, those analog FXOs. Obviously they're losing business to the SIP trunks providers, the VoIP providers. I've seen some very aggressive pricing on POTS lines for under $20, even $12 a line. I remember when I used to work for AT&T, they were $40 minimum for an FXO analog POTS line. Now you can find them just a lot cheaper than that, and also the ISDN PRI circuits. We're seeing a very large influx in the number of ISDN PRI circuits, and again, you'll need a Patton 4940 gateway for those. And again, I don't know if Patton can verify, but I've seen these, but seen a nice in ISDN PRI circuits. So guys, it's not just SIP trunks. There's a lot of gateways being sold through traditional PSTN, and the cable companies. A lot of the cable companies are handing off these POTS line circuits. And it's a great application for a Patton gateway. Sorry, Tyler, but I had to add that.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Hey, Tyler.
So, yeah, you go ahead, Kurt.
Tyler, we did have a question regarding legacy digital sets. If a client wants to keep his digital sets, are there conditions regarding feature sets, conferencing, transfer, etc.?
No, all those should work. If you're using a 4940 or 4950, I'll show you guys in a second. All it's going to work. That's really simple application. So again, just step-by-step process here. You're going to pick out your TX phone system based on simultaneous calls and what you need. The next step, again, simple, is just to pick out your Smartnode gateway based on PSTN line needs. That's going to be most common, but maybe you're integrating legacy phones. That's going to be a different gateway. This list right here is just going to be if you're doing survivability or you're doing PSTN integration where you're not using SIP trunks, or you're just using the PSTN. We have kind of the most common products on this list here. So that's going to be your 2FXO, 4FXO. Those are going to sell quite a bit. We also do 2 of these 4FXO if you need 8 PSTN line, an 8 PSTN line option. And then we also have one for PRI in our 49, 40, 50, and 60. So our FXO units are going to be the 4112 and 4114. You can see kind of where they fall MSRP. And then our PRI products are going to be our 49, 40, 50, and 60. All of these are built into that auto provisioning tool. The difference between these 3 products are our PRI units. The 4040 is just gateway only. It only does the TD to IP conversion. The 4950 adds the IP router. So you're going to have built-in IP input. And the 60 adds if you need a WAN interface or if you need transcoding. Something also worth mentioning, if you are familiar with Patton, we do have a 4970, 4980, and a 4990 that we have just released. That's basically just a replacement for these products or an upgrade to these products that are going to be IPv6 ready. They're available to you if you use this with the auto provisioning tool 3CX. If you use the 4970 and the 4940, it's going to work. We're working with 3CX and getting these products actually updated on the provisioning tool. But just wanted to give a shout out to you guys if you're familiar with the products. But if you're not, stick with 49, 40, 50, and 60 as you'll be able to see in the provisioning tool, and you'll be on blog these products listed as deploying these products with 3CX for years. So again, the 4112, 4114 are your analog units, and then these products are PRI. One thing I want to also mention here is this is 4 or 7 of our products. We have thousands. If you want an analog unit with routing, we have that. That's our 4520. If you want 32 FXS ports for a hotel application, we also have that 4900. So don't narrow it down to just this list, but we wanted to give you, the products that are going to cover 80%, 90% of what you're going to face out there, just to simplify it for you, because you get a lot of products. And then the last thing, step 3 would just be to receive your 10% discount on any Patton gateway and 5% off any 3CX license key. This is only if they're sold together, so you have to have a 3CX license with Patton gateway to receive the 10% on the Patton gateway and the 5% on the 3CX license. And again, if you buy these together, ABP is actually going to give away a free 715 deck phone. So got to buy all that together. I don't know if we're going to use a promotion code for that. I'll have to have ABP pipe in on that one. Now let's just go ahead and jump to the Q&A. Kurt, you want to jump back in here?
Yeah, I got a question for TCX. Brian, can you talk about the iPhone and Android integration, what you guys are doing there? That seems to be a hot topic.
Yeah, it sure has been. I would say right now our soft phone client for the Android with Tunnel is pretty rock solid. It's popular. It's used by thousands, and for the most part, it's a solid device. Now, I personally use our 3CX phone for iPhone, and obviously Apple is a little different for us. They actually they made us separate our tunnel protocol from the client, the 3CX soft phone itself. So for iPhone, you have to actually download the tunnel, and then you have to download the 3CX phone for iPhone. I use Verizon Network. I would say if I had to say a percentage, I would say that of the time that I'm using the cell network with my 3CX soft phone for iPhone, it works fine. There are times where it's not. So it's not quite as rock solid as the Android. Now again, I'm using Verizon, and I feel Verizon has a pretty good carrier. Now keep in mind, this is using the clients with tunnel on both the Android and on the iPhone. And let's see what I was going to say about that. So again, the Android, I hear more better things. It works more effective, works more often, no problems, things like that is what I generally hear. On the 3CX website, there is a forum for the 3CX soft phone for Android and for iPhone. Now, with that said, I will tell you what we're working on is porting over the MyPhone, which is our free desktop application that many of you are familiar with, and hopefully you're demoing for your customers because it really sets us apart. And that presence in chat and using the MyPhone, we want to port that over on that. And anyway, just to give you an FYI on that. Now also, there is in the works, obviously we're continuing to develop and our soft phone for Windows. I do get asked on our 3CX phone 6 for Windows if we have plans to support the G729 codec, and I continually say no. We want to keep the download free. Now, keep in mind, all these clients, our soft phone for Windows, Android, and iPhone are free. They're free software downloads, and our goal is to keep them that way. So hopefully, like I said, check out the forums. If you're a 3CX partner, open up a support ticket. I will tell you that the phones work great. You shouldn't have any issue whatsoever on Wi-Fi. When you're in office using the existing Wi-Fi of the company, of your customer, I mean, they'll work solid, rock solid. But when you get out on the cellular network, you teach its own. Now, I will say, regarding the 3CX phone for Android, Motorola Droid X, the Droid 2, still gives us fits. So keep that in mind. Check the forum, see what phones are working better than others. But the Droid X has always given us some grief.
Okay, perfect. Right now, that's all the questions that we've gotten. So you two gentlemen just did a fantastic job explaining everything. We just had one come in though. What about wireless headset support for 3CX phone for Windows? Is it functional with Jabra? It is functional with Jabra, but they say not officially supported. When
Yeah, we do want to do that. We have one of our software developers, Valley, in Cyprus. When you go to the forums, if you have a question on the Jabra headsets, just send me or Ben an email. We'll forward it on to Valley. And he's our software developer in charge of all that integration between Jabra and the 3CX phone for Windows. And yeah, we want to tighten that up. I will tell you folks, the Jabra headsets work very, very well with our soft phone for Windows. In fact, as I was talking about the Star Tribune, our largest 3CX customer, I don't know how their IT staff did this, but they converted 600 of their desk phone users to our soft phone for Windows. I don't know how they did it, but we replaced 600 desk phones with 600 free 3CX phone 6 for Windows, and they went with the Jabra headset, and they love it. Absolutely, no problems whatsoever. So the headset does and will make a difference.
Okay, perfect. Well, I would say just in closing, we at ABP go to great lengths when we pick products and select partners. There's a lot of testing and interoperability that we go through, and we have been extremely pleased. Obviously, we have a longer relationship and track record with Patton, but we've been very pleased with what we've seen out of 3CX. So we'd just like for you, when you have purchase needs, to think about ABP from a 3CX standpoint. We've got your Patton Gateways. We've got phones for you to select from, headsets, power supplies, etc. So we would love to earn your business in that regard. We do have, moving forward from a 3CX standpoint, we will be sending out communication to all of our partners regarding 3CX technical training that we will be doing here with ABP and 3CX. A quick additional plug for the 3CX partner meetings that are being scheduled. It's great training, basic and advanced training on 3CX product from both sales and technical standpoint. So you'll want to make sure you get to Patton and or ABP in November for that. And then ultimately, or finally, the promotion for any license key that you buy here over the next 30 days, coupled with a Patton gateway, you're going to get 10% off your gateway, 5% off your license key, and we think that's a great way to launch this partnership moving forward. So with that being said, Brian, Tyler, anything to add?
Mayan, this is Tyler. I was going to mention, and we'll probably do a follow-up email with everything, but we do have a solution guide, basically just doing 3CX with Patton that we'll probably send out to you guys following up. I think we'll send out the recording and then also the solution guides, but it goes in detail about all these different applications where you're integrating legacy equipment and POTS lines and what gateway to select. So I guess we'll follow up with that, and then anything outside of those preferred gateways, I do want to mention that it can help you guys with anything. If you have a bunch of, I guess, FXS ports that you need, then they can tell you which Smartnode you'll need. So just call those guys, and they'll help you select the right model.
Yeah, and it was just pointed out, brought to my attention, and I'm embarrassed because this was my promotion, so I apologize. Not only are you getting 10% off gateways, 5% off your license key, but Grandstream has also partnered with us. They have just introduced a new DECT phone, which is fantastic, was received extremely well at Channel Partners last week in Orlando. We are actually, with purchase of a license key with the gateway, we will be giving free of charge a Grandstream DECT phone. So you'll want to absolutely take advantage of that and play with it. I think your customers will eat them up. Brian, anything else?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing too, Kurt. If you're a 3CX partner and you're still on the phone here with us, which I hope you are, and you are a direct partner, please start working with ABP Tech. If you're already assigned to ABP Tech and they're your value-added distributor, that is terrific. Our goal is to have more and more partners come under their umbrella. But if you are on here and you are a direct partner, feel free to call Kurt and work with the folks at ABP Tech. I think you're going to really see in time a lot of value that ABP Tech will bring to our partner community. And like I said, we're just really excited to have them on our team. And let us know what we can do to help you. We want to help you sell our software, and whatever we can do to help you, let's just let us know.
Yeah, so thanks for that, Brian. And I will send everybody on the call an email on the promotion. We thank you all for joining today. We're very excited, and I will echo what Brian said. Anything we at ABP can do to help you move business forward, please do not hesitate to give us a call, and we would love to help you do that. So with that being said, thank you for joining us today. Please don't hesitate to reach out with further questions moving forward. Everybody, have a great day. Thanks again.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.